Joining us now is one of the 22 Republicans to vote against Jordan yesterday, New York Congressman Mike Lawler. Sir, thanks for joining us. So break it down for us. Why did you vote against Jim Jordan?
Well, look, from the beginning, we would not be in this situation if Matt Gaetz and 7 Republicans didn't team up with 208 Democrats, including Rashida Tlaib, AOC, Ilhan Omar, and Hakeem Jeffries, to remove the Republican speaker. And as a result of that and the subsequent blocking of Steve Scalise, who won a majority of the majority in conference, you now have a situation where people are really dug in. And as I said to Jim Jordan last week, look, get everybody in the room. You need the 20 or so that over the course of the year have undermined the conference. They voted down rules. They voted down the conservative CR that would have cut spending 8%. They voted against McCarthy. They voted to vacate McCarthy. You have to get those folks in the room with the swing district members and those folks that are now opposed to you and find consensus on the path forward to govern. Because frankly, it doesn't matter who the speaker is if we can't get 218 on the floor, govern. And that, to me, is the fundamental issue that has not been addressed here. And it's the challenge going forward.
So you don't feel any pressure as a freshman in Congress to kind of fall in line with the rest of the conference?
But listen, what we've seen throughout this first 10 months is that the majority of the majority is not respected by Matt Gaetz and others. And so now we're in this situation where you have folks who are very, very frustrated about the fact that as a conference, we can't find consensus. And that makes it very difficult to govern.
So you know the reason I ask that, Congressman, I ask it's because in January you were there. You were just starting out your first term as a member of Congress. It was 15 rounds. It lasted 5 days. But ultimately, the majority of the conference fell in line and chose the guy that you voted for, Kevin McCarthy. I look at the list now of the 22 that voted against Jim Jordan yesterday. 4 out of the 22 are from New York, your name obviously among them. So if it's not Jim Jordan, and I think I asked you the same question last week, who do you want to be Speaker?
Look, I still fundamentally believe Kevin McCarthy is the right person to lead the conference. But if we can't find consensus, I think what is extremely clear is that we need to get back to work and we need to get the House floor open. And I think in the immediate, we need to empower Patrick McHenry to serve with the powers of the Speaker so that we can pass our appropriations bills, pass additional aid to Israel, and deal with the border crisis. But if we can't find consensus here, obviously, this is impacting the American people, and that is absolutely unacceptable. But again, we wouldn't be here, but not for the 8 Republicans that teamed up with 208 Democrats with no plan. Frankly, Matt Gaetz is the dog that caught the car. He had no plan once he blew the place up.
Yeah, but we can't. I wish, Marty McFly, he made it look great when he had a time machine in Back to the Future. But we can't go back 16 days. We got to figure this out, and we got to figure it out soon.
But the problem is, unless you find a way forward to govern as a conference, you're not fixing anything, regardless of who you put in as the Speaker.
Okay, so your prediction is Jordan fails today, and then maybe we move forward with Pro Tem McHenry on a more permanent basis? Just 30 seconds. What does that look like?
Look, I think as of right now, Jim Jordan's probably going to lose more votes on third ballot, which is unfortunate. Going back out on the floor is not actually solving anything here. We need to get in the room and hash it out. But look, we need to get back to work. First and foremost, and getting Patrick McHenry the authority to serve as Speaker, he would be the Republican Speaker. This is not some deal with the Democrats. This is empowering Patrick McHenry to serve as the Speaker so that we can do the work that the Republican majority was elected to do.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see what happens today. Another vote today, Congressman Lawler. Thank you so much.
Good to see you. I don't know. Patrick McHenry could be the luckiest guy in Washington.
or the most unlucky.
Exactly.
Or the unluckiest.
Yeah. Or exactly. All right, Congressman, we'll pick it up soon. Good luck today. We'll be watching.